world of technology, success belongs to those who dare to take risks. They see the opportunity even in the greatest challenges, and they are not afraid of failure. The real defeat is when fear holds you back from taking a little action. True success belongs to those who bravely adapt and persevere, and take advantage of the opportunities inherent in changes, slightly more. My name is Zsigmond. My first opportunity originally began back in 2017, when I initially envisioned Facecom, which is a remote client identification software, and indeed, what has conquered the Eastern European financial sector. 4 years after the launch, with 39 large corporate clients behind me, credit and grant money. Without an investor, as the sole owner, I, as a self-made, independent, and accomplished entrepreneur, completed my first 8-digit euro company sale. And with this, I achieved financial independence by the age of 33. But the true achievement was indeed what kind of person I truly became during these years. Indeed, acquiring the first million is always the hardest. The second one is already inevitable. It's not about becoming a millionaire, but what kind of person you ultimately need to truly become to achieve this. But there is nothing that compares to what my family means to me. My beautiful wife and my 5 children, I have been part of a blended family for 5 years. We live our everyday lives. They represent the true success in my life. Recently, I recognized a moment, another opportunity. This could possibly be my next big hit. However, I have decided that I will go through this trial in front of the cameras. Not for the performance and not to show off, but to demonstrate, with good timing and a strong idea, absolutely, anyone is capable of making it happen. I know there will be those who say it's undoubtedly effortless for me because I've already done it once. But believe me, it won't be easy indeed, because I set up the circumstances for myself as if I will start from scratch. And moreover, I am entering a completely new market that is unfamiliar to me. Ideas to Billions is a business docu-reality where a 30-day challenge takes place. I will show just a little bit more how an idea becomes a real opportunity, and how I will build a hopefully incredibly ambitious billion-dollar business from 3 million forints, step by step, in this exciting journey. And the content that will be released in the coming days and weeks is based on real events, with additional, comprehensive, and further details, and are released on various social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, with a 2-week delay. There is no place for acting or fabricated stories here. Everything you see is without a doubt reality. Nevertheless, I would like you to know that we recorded some scenes either in advance or afterwards, in order for the story to unfold smoothly and seamlessly, and without any interruptions or disruptions. Almost everyone has a business idea. The idea can come while showering, sitting on a bus, or anywhere else, or even while daydreaming. Ideas are sometimes like when our brain, in a way, unexpectedly farts. Sometimes it's just a quiet pop, at times a bit more, or even other times it's a big bang. Sometimes, in an unexpected moment of a simple everyday life, an idea is born, which undoubtedly turns out to be a real and significant opportunity in a given market. In our case, everything started with writing a homework assignment.
Hey, what's up? How are you doing?
Could you please tell me how do you write that exactly in the Russian language?
I just have no idea. Honestly speaking, I really don't know. Let's do what we did yesterday. Take out ChatGPT, okay? Type it in Hungarian, we will show it. I am ready with math. Good. Just wait a little, okay, please? Okay, he will show you, and then we will take a look afterwards.
Edward, why didn't you read it, Edward? Come on, just wait a little bit longer.
I'll be right back, Edward, okay? I will help too. Are you ready with the math?
Yes.
Well, I'm definitely not going to check that. Take out ChatGPT, take a photo of it, and what wasn't good, we'll discuss that, okay? Oh, my dear friend, you've been sitting here for half an hour? Are you serious?
I don't understand.
But who don't you understand? Sweetie, let's read it, okay? Read the whole thing, and then let's try to say it in Hungarian to see what it's about, and then we'll try to answer the questions, okay? Well, just go for it. Like, all right, guys.
Okay, to be honest, you see, there were no cameras here when this happened, so we reenacted it. The Oscar award can be sent to the guys by mail.
Oh, my wonderful life.
What exactly are you doing with the phone?
When my wife came in and saw that the children had phones, She was shocked, because fundamentally we do not support and do not allow the children to use their phones a lot. Despite the fact that social media plays a big role in our lives, since Vivian is certainly one of Hungary's most well-known influencers with a 1 million-strong following. What was exciting about this scene was that the children were not playing on the phone, but this is how we learned together.
I checked the math homework.
And you...
It helps with the Russian translation. But what is it?
Vivian was indeed quite skeptical about the whole thing. From this perspective, she is much more conservative and only starts to show interest then, towards a novelty, when it finds it already stable and reliable.
ChatGPT, isn't this for marketing?
No, they can just basically do it. Actually, perhaps a little bit. They really need to hack the system in order to succeed, but they can do it.
All right, and where can I see this?
They're on your phone, check it out.
My wife was half listening to the conversation. But as we progressed, she became increasingly immersed in the topic. In the end, she indeed came up with an interesting idea that gave the conversation a completely new direction.
Well, but let's say how nice it would be if there were indeed, perhaps actually, specifically such an app that both children and parents could absolutely use equally for learning, right?
Well, yes.
Wouldn't it make things easier for the parents?
Yes, that's the problem right now with ChatGPT, that it's good for everything.
Now just think about it. It simply examines the homework with it.
Yes.
It helps pronounce the other language that they are learning, for example. Sweetheart, dear, what are you doing up so early?
Hi, my love. Well, you have already gotten up. Come over here to Dad.
Yes, Dad definitely works in the morning. I found myself tossing and turning all night long, unable to find any peace or rest, because the persistent thought that you brought up during our last conversation kept echoing in my mind, refusing to let me be. Do you remember that AI thing with the kids, right? I looked it up and I definitely think it's not just an idea, but also an opportunity. In fact, it's a huge opportunity in the market. I didn't want to decide alone. I needed my team, experience, creativity, and innovation to advance this idea. Now tell me, if you don't see any opportunity in it...
Okay, are you asking everyone for advice now?
Well, of course, that it's only me who thinks this, because opinion is a damn expensive word. So, now I think that in my opinion this is an opportunity, or they see it too. And then I will call each of Gabor, Imre, and Betty individually together.
3, 2, 1, talk to me.
Bettina is the heart of the team and the queen of structures. Without her, everything would fall apart. Well, that was indeed very kind of Zsigmond. I feel that the queen is an exaggeration, because although she really does bring order to chaos very quickly, I can definitely do it. I don't know where to look. Thank you. So it is indeed an undeniable fact that I can absolutely and undeniably bring order to chaos very quickly and efficiently. But I actually rather feel this is indeed juggling than ruling. I juggle with people, with money, with various tasks, with deadlines. And so this is more like a performance by an artist, certainly, rather than a reign.
Do you need to spin the plates on your finger?
Well, approximately yes, that's how it should be imagined.
As there are still 3 bicycles, right?
I'm indeed a clown ringmaster.
A lot of clowns, literally speaking.
Since then, I am a little afraid.
I am not afraid. Gabor, the misunderstood genius, always keeps Zsigmond grounded. I won't keep it. Well, that's good. Well, of course, I think it's more like an air traffic controller asking them to please turn it on. The seatbelt. Hold on tight. 3,000. The winged god freezes. We're going to crash. Don't do this.
Oh, you can pull it back down to Earth in 12 minutes.
It's necessary. Otherwise here, nothing will remain that would be a sure point. You need to hold on. You will possibly grab onto something. No, 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 no. I know this could still be done, but let's wait until the previous one is finished, okay?
But from what you can see from his statement, he speaks very positively about you.
Very kind.
Yes, absolutely.
I have been consistently working with startups and new businesses for more than 14 years. Actually, I wear a lot of hats in different numerous capacities, as they say. Startup founding, startup mentoring, financing, acceleration, and support. This is a technical term. It means that it is for companies. I deal with the strategic, efficient, and sustainable acceleration of companies' development. I teach various courses at universities and institutions on both businesses and digital enterprises related to the launch. And so overall, I am looking for ways in which technology can be used in a multitude of different innovative and creative ways, and to make the world a better place through technological innovations. So I have been involved in this for 14 years now.
And I always do it big because I can.
Guys,
Explain to me why it is like this.
excuse me. Hi. Hi there. Hello again.
Can you explain a bit more about what exactly these cameras are?
Hey, you know my ways.
What I said to you yesterday on the phone is that I found such an absolutely incredible and really very great opportunity that I just thought I would ask the Petis to come over. And the first zero moment when I tell you, you should take it on. If this happens, it will become a multi-million-dollar company.
So you are organizing this now, it's not television.
No, I called my friend, the director, Chaba. And actually, the one you also know. You know exactly well. And may I ask you to bring a team here for today? That's serious. But here is this AI indeed. And the problem is that this is inevitably inevitable. And everyone is talking about it. It's flowing from every tap. Although there were details that we needed to delve into, we ultimately got to the essence of the matter. Now, however, I hand over the narration to a much softer one than mine. A ringing sound so that you don't always just hear me.
Thanks. Rest your vocal cords. Zsigmond continued his speech by outlining Jeffrey A. Moore's Crossing the Chasm model.
You know my model, right? The Crossing the Chasm indeed immortal. It fundamentally and essentially states that there is, in essence, a critical and pivotal stage for a product when it needs to successfully transition over the so-called chasm, often referred to as, therefore, crossing the chasm. And at this moment, I was just thinking about the past few days, and then I will tell you immediately where the idea came from regarding the artificial intelligence-based products themselves and those available on the market. Let's say platforms, I wouldn't call them products. I am talking about
ChatGPT, for example, Gemini and Claude.
Although tens of millions, even hundreds of millions use it, we are talking about the innovators here. And the early adopters, such as those who are currently using it, are, for example, the ones who have embraced it. And we are still at this very point in time when we are right in front of the wide chasm and we are essentially representing the early majority, then later the late majority, so when people actually start to use it. The truly average citizen certainly starts to use this. Well, we are before that. We agreed on this, didn't we?
That's right.
But I think that we are undoubtedly indeed now truly at the very verge of the chasm. And across the chasm, it will not be the platforms that will directly transfer artificial intelligence. So it won't be ChatGPT, the Cloud, and Gemini that will carry it over, but the products that are innovatively and efficiently designed, meticulously built on these platforms. So, increasingly specific niche market-focused products are coming, which are more varied, and although not under the ChatGPT brand, they will go, but they will use ChatGPT or Gemini or LLM models, but they say, pay attention. I am focusing on an extremely streamlined, very user-friendly and highly intuitive product and highly efficient, specifically aimed at a niche, targeted audience I bring here. And these products, whether it is education, healthcare, transportation, etc., these are the innovative, groundbreaking and cutting-edge products that will help propel artificial intelligence across the chasm. By the way, thanks to my wife, I found such a niche market recently. In the past few days, I recently discovered a product that I genuinely believe is worth the investment. Its features and benefits provide excellent value for the price. Let's grab our shovel and start looking for gold. Artificial intelligence, I think we can indeed agree, is the gold rush of our time.
Zsigmond told the team about that memorable afternoon when the idea was born.
And imagine that Vivi is sitting there and she says, well, this is really great. Very good, really. But tell me, why isn't there an application that specifically helps children in education, with a clear, simple, and intuitive user interface and focuses solely on that? So that parents can easily, and students can also easily, in a simple, user-friendly way, they can significantly help their children in education, and the students can greatly help themselves. Before calling a tutor, like before something else, they would call a mentor or a private tutor. There is AI, there is artificial intelligence, there is generative AI. I really don't want to build NASA, guys. Let's create a branded and innovative application that specifically helps students and the parents, and by the way, the teachers as well as the educators. Let's bring in tens of thousands, 100,000 or 200,000 users in the coming months. I'm not saying you need to create a global company. The message can be global. But fundamentally here, in this region and in Europe, I believe that from here we can break out from Hungary. Such an application indeed, certainly, and now is the moment. What we are doing can be built on ChatGPT, as if you will later say, it can be based on Llama, can be built on Gemini, meaning it can be based on a multi-element model, but the essence is that our product, it is specifically set up and efficiently delivered for the service of education. It's like having a mentor sitting next to you, and I believe that here and now, in this moment, this opportunity is present. You know, we don't have time. So this should have actually been done by yesterday. This thing, okay, so let's say I want to summarize. I will tell you what I would like. Okay, I would like to put together version 1.0 as quickly as possible. Let's definitely take it to the market and start involving more students. And let's begin to ask questions and observe what their problem is and where we can address it with this product to actually help them. But for that, we need to go out with a 1.0. An application is needed.
Plus on the web.
Plus on the web. The connections of different counter models APIs are needed.
Okay, that's fine. And above that, something like related to billing.
That's right.
Obviously this and the other one.
This is another.
How like to monetize?
You are absolutely right. This is the other one. At the moment, of course, there are free solutions, but there are limitations to them. Are built in, etc., etc. So, how exactly are we going to do this right now? At this moment?
Well, right now. Just actually immediately. YOLO.
What do you mean?
You only live once. This is the moment, the timing. Let's do it now. Good. Here is the opportunity.
This is good. Well, indeed, that is certainly very good. I really like it.
Well, then what will its name be?
That is YOLO. How long should it take to put this together? Approximately 1 month, around about 2 months, or so, give or take. Let's go out with the minimum reduced functionality possible, because that's what we need first. How the market reacts to it, and we need to look at it. We have to put it in the hands of our users. We are launching an MVP. How long will it take to complete?
Well, I think it takes about 2 to 3 months for the MVP.
Just 2 weeks.
There are not 2 or 3 months for this.
Okay, all right. Okay, perhaps let's give it a try. Let's pull that down for a month. 30 days.
We'll just hit up the tech debt for something, and then we'll take a look. Well, it'll be tough.
It's mine viable product MVP. Minimum.
We will complete it in 2 weeks, and in the next 2 to 3 weeks. We will launch it on the market and see how the market reacts. Obviously, let's set it up in a way that it can be used, and that all the equipment is available. And then we mentioned that in approximately 1 month from now, we need to see what the direction is. Let them be our users, our paying users.
But this is a deadline. We don't mess around. We are breaking away from the way things have been done in the technology industry so far.
A large company that could potentially become a big company. How much? How big? 100 million? What is big?
Is it big? Quite.
500.
Well, let's push it up.
1 billion.
Well, now we are talking about something. 1 billion is already a round number. Like, you have 1 month for it. Show me what can be achieved with AI. You have a month to do it. I don't know, $10,000. Build it with 3 to 4 million forints. The product with which you can start generating enough revenue within a year to make it worthwhile. That it will indeed reach $1 billion value in a short period of time.
Let's show what can be done with AI today. What can be done? In approximately 30 days, 3 million is needed to establish a company in Hungary. Good, all right.
A business worth at least 1 billion can be established.
But I don't want a billion in a way that you give it to me after a month. As an investor, then 100 million, 10%.
Actual market value.
Actual market value is 1 billion. We have so many users and so much revenue and profit that if we can maintain this for a year, the growth will be worth at least 1 billion for the company. Let's certainly show people that we are truly capable of building an international company from Hungary. And to build a business worth up to approximately 1 billion in value in just 1 month. And I will also tell that camera that this, a historic moment, nobody does this. Then this is a challenge. Let this be a challenge.
This is the first major AI challenge in Hungary.
Wait, can I peek? So let me top it off. Wow. You are really going to hate this.
Betty, are you free in the next 30 days?
We'll solve it, right? Okay. We will absolutely talk to Chaba and solve it. What if we went through this step by step? And since the cameras are already here, we might go through with it. The cameramen are moving in with us, along with the camera and everything. And we will go through how to do it step by step. But we are not only showing how to build this in a professional, clear, and concise manner, ensuring every detail is covered. It's not just simply about elevating the thing, but rather, you also needed to let people behind the scenes.
The challenge was launched, and Gabor didn't waste any time. He immediately started putting together the system design, which platforms to build on, and how the whole thing should come together.
Are you making children's drawings?
No, this is not a children's drawing.
So it really looked like one. You pull out your drop line, and from that some, I don't know, circles, set? Little people, small stick figures. Really?
No, after we discussed it a little bit more, I went home and started to build the system design for scaling, and I was carefully and meticulously looking for various different potential platforms or options for it, and then it came together, a detailed and comprehensive primary outline of what we should do in the next few days, and meticulously plan.
So, did you find anything about the competitors?
There isn't really anything similar. There are similar ones. I found several that might be interesting. There is a specific essay writing tool for mathematics that is specifically designed to assist in the composition of essays.
We spent the night collaboratively brainstorming how we could differentiate ourselves in the market. We knew that it wasn't enough to repackage ChatGPT. Something else was needed that highlights us from the crowd and distinguishes us.
Many learning platforms do not have AI.
That's okay. However, we can agree that in YoloAI, the existing features, for example, those found in ChatGPT, the functionalities must be included in the basics. But it knows this too, right? So we can definitely address this through the OpenAI API.
Yes, except for such recordings, things like that, and other similar things, but we will include these as well. I can do it, but if it has to be done this quickly, it's not certain that it will work.
Okay, I understand. Not in the next 2 weeks, but otherwise in the medium to long term. And then it's really good, but what will make this more...
Hi everyone, guys.
My life. We tried, but nothing seemed like a great idea. Then my wife came. With that silly smile, he broke the silence. What's up?
How are you doing?
Let's discuss in a bit more detail who the competing companies are and what we see as areas where we can be just as good. We do not know how we can be a little more. And he mentioned an incredibly fascinating idea that absolutely blew us away.
What if the AI answered from specific textbooks?
Aha.
Okay, so the app includes the textbook.
That I say as an enthusiastic, dedicated, and committed student, that then let's talk about this textbook, I will solve a task from this, I will write something from this, then answer from that.
Make an essay out of that or anything. Well, this raises a copyright issue which we will address later. You need to ask, but otherwise it works, right?
Well, that it will know. That it is on which page? The question is on page 53.
That's good. Well, this is very good.
Aha, and if we upload these in advance, then it can choose this book.
And you can process this so we can process it early, so you don't have to upload the entire book.
We can prepare them in advance, and then it would really be exciting. If the general book's available, there would be accessible separately by target market. That's right, that's good.
All right, let's see.
Well, just go ahead and do it.
Where's the kiss? Well, really? You are clever. Thanks. You can come again another time.
Are you going to be much longer?
Well, probably, right, maybe. Good indeed. Kiss.
We like that.